blockbuster deal going down. Karl Anthony Towns traded to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick that was the Detroit Pistons in the deal. So Karl Anthony Towns, he's been in the rumor mill for years that a possible deal might go down, and now it comes to fruition. So last season, Towns and the Timberwolves, they made a run to the Western Conference Finals and fell short. And him and Rudy Gobert just didn't fit that well. And for Julius Randle, he's been hurt on and off over the last 2 seasons. The Knicks didn't give him a contract extension this offseason, and he's a free agent after the year as well, where I think he actually fits better Randle with Gobert. Instead of 2 7-footers down low, Randle could play on the outside and on the blocks. The last season for Towns, 21.8 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.2 threes a game, and 50% from the field. So I think Karl Anthony Towns, he could fit with this New York Knicks team pretty good because they got a lot of perimeter players and Jalen Brunson running the point. And also as well, he played with Tom Thibodeau a few seasons when he was the coach for Minnesota, who was Tibbs a few years ago. So in terms of fantasy basketball, I think the points per game will go down a little bit for Karl Anthony Towns. But obviously, I think the rebounding is going to go up where he's not playing next to Rudy Gobert anymore, who's one of the better rebounders in all the NBA. And the three-point shooting should still be good for Towns. I think a late second, early third rounder, Karl Anthony Towns should be for fantasy basketball. And also someone that we know has had injury problems throughout his NBA career. To the Minnesota side of things, I get Julius Randle, solid scorer, 2-time All-Star in his NBA career. But last season, half a year only, and 2 years in a row with bad injuries. Last season, the shoulder, 24 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.7 threes, and 47% from the field. So now him and Anthony Edwards, I think, could be a good combo over there for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. Randle is a pure scorer, could drive to the hoop, hit the 3-ball, even though I think Towns is a better 3-point shooter than Julius Randle. But in terms of getting to the basket, I think Randle's better. And he had a solid rebound season and a good passer as well at the power forward position. But this Minnesota team obviously didn't want to pay Towns 4 more years for $220 million. So they get Julius Randle, who's a free agent after the season. And I think Randle, the 5th or 6th rounder, I believe Julius Randle going into fantasy drafts. I think his value would be pretty similar where it was in New York to going here with this Minnesota Timberwolves team, even though we had to see what was going to happen with the Knicks with Mikal Bridges coming in and Randle not really playing with OG Anunoby last season. So Randle, he'll be, like I said, 4th, 5th rounder late. And Dante DiVincenzo, what a second half of the season he had last year for the New York Knicks. But he was a little bit expendable as well after Knicks got Mikal Bridges in the deal. And DiVincenzo was going to go to the bench. Went over 4. Not teammates. Now it's the 3, obviously. So Devo last season, 15.5 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.3 steals, and 3.5 threes a game at 44% from the field. So DiVincenzo, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league last season. And I think for Minnesota, they needed another scorer off the bench who could spread the floor and hit the 3-ball. And that's what I think DiVincenzo could do for them. Because obviously with Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley Jr., there's not going to be a spot, most likely, in the starting lineup unless they move Edwards to the 3, is this Minnesota Timberwolves team. So a blockbuster deal right before training camp opening. Karl Anthony Towns traded to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and Detroit's first-round pick that the Knicks had. And we'll see if Karl Anthony Towns can help the Knicks take the next step, and if Julius Randle can help this Timberwolves team get to the finals after they just fell short last season. So we'll see what happens entering the 2024-25 season.